Oh, hey. I was looking at the YouTube screen and not my software screen. So if there's a little delay before I came on, that is why there's a little black screen. I could see now how long. A couple seconds, not too bad. So, what's up, guys? What's up, Rick? Summit Perry, Jason, who was asking favorite section of the Towpath. Me and Summit Perry were kind of mentioning similar areas down by Fort Lawrence and Bolivar. I like it down there just because the path is narrower and twistier, a little more gravel-like, a little different than some of the other sections. Zoom in here a little bit. Um, Malk Hogan, what's up, man? They were talking in the Discord about mounting Terravale ramparts and said they were a beast to get on. What's up, JMZ? Rick wanted to know if this was the Trump blog. What's up, Nicholas? He said he watched last week Tuesday's stream and he's still lost on the lizard tat joke. So Funny Brad, who comes on, he lives right down the street from me, so he sometimes comes in live streams with me since we've both been vaccinated. He's one of my riding buddies, has a tattoo that is a lizard with a yin yang for a head, but nobody here except me and Large Marge have actually seen it in person because he always wears long socks. We were actually sitting at the bar one night in Kent, and I looked down. I was like, "You have a leg tattoo?" And then he was like, "Finally wore short socks," and this is what happened. So, yeah, get these on in case any audio happens. So that is why there's a bunch of lizard yin yang references. What's up, Broadford? Jay Dandy's in here. Farley, what's up? I was just looking at your bike pics. We'll pull those up. Dylan. Hey, Lanky. Lanky, I was thinking how you talked about maybe now that we're vaccinated coming over here and doing a stream, being on here. What we should do is when you get your, if you haven't seen Lanky's YouTube videos, he's building this cool Italian bike, Neo Retro build. When you get that build up, we should meet up and like do like a Neo Retro ride, like out to Kent or something, because you put 25 millimeter tires on there, so I figured the Freedom Trail would be a good route for that. We could do like a ride and then come back here and do a stream one night maybe. What's up, Roger? Oh, there's Large Marge. Jay Dandy said he had race e-bikes to get back for the stream. So, yeah, now they've decided that they have named Funny Brad's tattoo Keith. So, Rick says Funny Brad is like Wilson on Home Improvement, but instead of not seeing his face, you don't see his calf. Can't really argue with that. I was looking at, speaking of Lanky, it looks like he was sipping on a Sibling Revelry Brewing Kolsch. We actually, when we were driving back from Toledo, I was in Toledo riding last weekend, passed the sign on the freeway for their brewery, and I was wondering if they were still open because I haven't seen their beers forever. I didn't mean like, I don't know if the inside of the brewery is open, but I wasn't sure if they were still in business, but apparently they are. It's just been a while. Large Marge has a Rogue, Colossal Claude, Imperial India Pale Ale. Farley's got a Shorts. As I've mentioned a bunch of times, Shorts is one of my favorite breweries up in Michigan. I've never been there, but I love their beers. There's a spring beer they used to do that tastes like a gin and tonic, and it was so good. It was so dangerous because you could drink them like they're nothing. They were low alcohol, thank God, but I haven't seen them put that out this year or last year. So Broadford's got a Trogs Field Study, their IPA. Let's see. Jay Dandy has an Urban Artifact Gyroscope Raspberry Midwest Fruit Tart. Everyone's posting their photos tonight. Voodoo Ranger for JMZ. Juicy Haze IPA. Oh, Malk's got a Outer Belt. I'm trying to think. I think we get those at Bottles 101 in Kent. We grab those there and then often go out to the Moon Tower trails, which I've showed and ride. So that's a New England IPA. I think those have always been really good, every one I've had by them. So cool. I have a beer from our trip from Clegg Brewing, which is great. A great name because it stands for Cocky Little Asian Guy. So this brewery we went to on our way home in Sandusky. Wow, that was slow to come back to focus. Is this awesome restaurant, like this awesome faux restaurant, but now the guy has added a brewery to it, and the beer was all great. So we picked up a couple 4-packs on the way out. This is their double IPA, 8.5%. If Keith's tail was cut off, would it grow back? Oh, Large Marge remembers the beer I was talking about by Shorts. It was their Melt My Brain. Yeah, that beer was so good. Malk said he rode to Carolyn Park in Dayton on Sunday. Oh yeah, me and Aaron rode there, Malk, a couple years ago. We went to a few good breweries in Dayton. Warped Wing is the big one with the really cool view of the city, like with the open windows when it's warm. And then yeah, Carolyn Brewery the one that's like in a huge old barn in like their historic like village over there. There's those big tall bells. I actually have probably photos of all of that. Let's see if I pull up my Dayton. But they had one that did. There was one brewery in Dayton that did. Why did it pull up a Florida album? That did all like historic beers, and it was in the historic part of town. Where oh, this is Warped Wing, and this is what I mean by the view. They have like these windows that pull up, and we just happened to be there around sunset, so it was perfect for that. And this is looking the other way from where we were sitting in that one. Then we walked over to that's still Warped Wing. Oh yeah, that's where we were sitting in that window. Such a cool spot. What was the other breweries we went to there? Oh, Toxic Brew was a good one. Oh yeah, you just mentioned that, Malk. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's Toxic Brewing. Toxic Brewing here too. This is a great spot. Oh, here's the one, the Carolyn one. It's over here. So yeah, really cool. And I think that's what those bells are called. That's what it's named after. That's like a I don't know, Carolyn Tower or whatever. But yeah, so all yeah, this is the brewery. Really cool space. All like they even have like what? Don't they have big? Oh yeah, the wood fired, um, doing everything old school here. Old school German, I believe. Everything's like old school German in the spot. That was a coffee shop we went to after, but yeah. Oh, you guys stopped by Toxic also. Yeah, that's great. Rick's asking if I'm wearing a beard wig. I actually usually, I have it normal times. I let my beard grow and then I shave it all off. Then let it grow and shave it all off. I don't like shaving, so I only do it every like once a month or every few weeks. But with the pandemic and having no events and never having to look professional, and if I did, I always have a mask on. I just haven't shaved in over a year. I think I should last. I shaved it into a mustache. Um, uh, the Large Marge had like well, I can't even remember what it was called. It was some quarantine mustache challenge. So yeah, but out Broadford, yeah, that space is really really cool, huh? I thought of shaving today because I'm like, it's getting. I need to trim it now, and I. The reason I don't shave, the reason I have a beard is laziness. So now that I have to maintain it, it's kind of defeating the purpose. So Probably going to shave it off here at some point. Yeah, so the beer I'm drinking right now is from this place. I don't think I took a. I think I only took pictures. That's probably the beer I'm drinking. But I don't think I took a picture of the space because it was a Sunday. This is in Sandusky. Um, Sandusky, Ohio is kind of cool. Little right on Lake Erie. You could see Cedar Point, the biggest, uh, probably the most famous roller coaster theme park anywhere, amusement park, whatever you call it. Yeah. Clean shaven Tim is Paul Rudd. Yeah, Dayton's a cool place to ride around too because there's trails kind of going in every direction from the town. You could ride right out by Wright Patterson and the Wright Patterson, right? Yeah, the museum. If you're into airplanes, that's awesome. But it goes, you know, we rode all over there, and I would definitely like to go back and ride more. We were thinking of going through there this summer when we do Ohio to Erie, but we're going to go through Springfield instead again. So and go farther north this time up that way. It's crazy though. We have started to get most of our plans together for Ohio to Erie, planning to leave July 1st, but you can't get any car rentals, and nobody will rent one way. So there's no trucks one way. I think Funny Brad said Penske wanted something like $500-600. So yeah, it's absolutely. We're actually not sure what we're going to do to get down to Cincinnati because our goal was to ride it in reverse this year. So Pudgy said he hasn't been to Dayton yet. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. You know, yeah, seeing the Wright brothers shop. Definitely, if you're into airplanes, I mean, which I haven't gone and seen that since I was much younger, but I think it's super cool. I think U-Haul is going to be the only choice, Pudgy, for the Cincinnati trip, but it's still expensive. Yeah, Rick, we don't have a good train system around here. So Malk Hogan's given his list of Mother Stewart, Yellow Springs, Toxic, Carolyn, Cincy. Yeah. Oh, the Mother Stewarts I had are because Roger sent them to me, I believe. Right? Yeah, good beer in Dayton, good history. I think it's cool because the architecture is a little different than Columbus or Northeast Ohio. Like I like the houses that has that kind of Cincinnati vibe. We stayed in a really cool Airbnb. Um, And then they have that cool park too where they turn on those huge fountains that like spray all over the path and you could ride through. Yeah, we rode out. Did I take any photos of that? I probably didn't pull that's right. I probably didn't pull my camera out. I have my GoPro. It's in the video because it was, yeah, I couldn't pull my camera out because the Wright Brothers workshop, because it would get all wet. But yeah, I think that's a Wright Brothers monument where you were looking down on one of the early landing strips and this big dam up there. That's when I was still riding that. I was using that Schwinn as kind of my little touring bike. I ended up selling it to the guy who runs Acme Recording Company. In a different configuration. I think I pulled all those parts and a lot of those parts, put them on my Roger Riviera. But that Brooks saddle is actually on my Raleigh, my gravel bike that I ride all the time now. So, and that rack is on my Trek 500. And that bag is a stupid Amazon bag that you have to take the whole bag off to get into the zipper. So it's kind of the dumbest design ever. But Oh, so the fountains in Dayton are called the Riverscape Fountains. You guys started your ride out there. Let's see if I can, let's see if I can find my Dayton video. Have to have the volume off because the song has a copyright strike. So if I play it on here, this will get a copyright strike. This would be an old one. I'm kind of stopped, and I made that one, and then I stopped making YouTube videos for a long time. Oh, there it is. Oops, clicked the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Put that on in the background. Oh, Pudgy, you're going to camp out in Yellow Springs this weekend? Nice. Yeah, we'll be coming through there again on our Ohio to Erie trail. Yeah, I thought this is a cool Airbnb, like those cool old houses down there. I love those kind of narrow, I don't know, whatever that architecture style is. And we're this close to downtown too. So Jason asked how many days are we doing for Ohio to Erie? We're gonna be out for 5, but we're not really doing Ohio to Erie. Why is there a banner ad on here? Because we're gonna go. I'll pull up the map here in a minute after I have this play, because we're doing a different route this year. So yeah, Jay Dandy, he's riding both ways. We've always started from home, so we don't do all. Even when we did the exact trail, we did
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $5. Congratulations. Evening routine number 57 has won a YouTube Creator Award. Well done, old bean.
Thanks, Rick. Oh, there's Toxic Brew Co. in the background. Oh, then I think this is where those big fountains are that you guys named. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, well, yeah. So, anyways, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, Jay Danny's going both ways. We usually ride from Cuyahoga Falls, meet in Akron, and then go down to Cincy and rent a car back. This year we planned it to start in Cincy and come back, but yeah, our route is like a old bean, yeah, kind of a mix between Ohio to Erie and a different route we've kind of made up. Oh yeah, I'm all shaved in that video. I forgot. Paul Rudd. So, Dylan, when you were asking about 70% of the restaurants being closed, but even around, well, everywhere, no one could hire enough people. So a lot of even our friend AJ, who was the one who was on the Fool's Loop with Micah, he's reopened his cocktail bar, coffee shop down the street here in Cuyahoga Falls, but they're closing at 6 because there's just no one to work. Lockview, a place in downtown Akron, wants to reopen for lunch. They just can't. Nobody in the restaurant industry, everyone's trying to hire at once. Some people are still taking unemployment because it's better wages than the restaurants. But a lot of people have just moved on to go and do other things. So there's just like, yeah, a lot of places just can't get people to work, or they won't pay enough to get people to work, whatever you're. Jay Dandy's going both ways. Nothing wrong with that, Jay Dandy. I think it's awesome. I really think it's awesome when we were. I can't remember where we were chatting. Was it in YouTube comments with Jay Dandy about how he's going to do OTEP, but then kind of swerve his way and take his time on the way back to like see some other things. That just sounds like a rad way to do it. If I had that kind of time, if me, Large Marge, and Aaron and Funny Brad could pull off that much time, I would love to do a couple weeks. None of us are really in that position right now, but hopefully down the road, I would love to do some longer tours. I would love to do what, you know, traveling through YouTube name, who jumps in these chats a lot, is doing. He's riding all the way across the country right now, but yeah. Just can't pull that together yet. Yeah, Pudgy, I mean, it is part of the unemployment is that people are making more in unemployment, but it's not even just that. It's, every single place is now trying to get everybody back at the same time. You know, it's impossible. Hey, what's up, Keith? I just finished putting Keith's name on the members video, and I realized in a couple spots I spelled it wrong. So that'll be on tonight. But yeah, there's so many things with the pandemic. Like I've been talking about, I'm waiting on my computer, like a new computer that I'm willing to spend big bucks on, but they're so backlogged. The one spot that's got all the parts can't get it. Rental cars, like as we've found out, and it's not like we're waiting till the last minute. We're leaving on July 1st, and we can't get, and a lot of the state parks were actually booked up. So we modified our route because some of the spots we were planning on stopping are actually booked. And then I should pull up Google Maps. I don't have the route up. I should have pulled that up too, but because we were going to camp at the one right outside Columbus that was fully booked. This one we found. Whoops. Get rid of this. Oh, Alum. Yeah, Alum State Park, fully booked. So we were thinking of maybe stealth camping there, but then we ended up finding a different spot. Okay, yeah, so we'll go, where's Yellowstone? There's Yellow Springs, which we're talking about. Go Satellite, looks a little cooler. Yeah, so we come Cedar Creek, Xenia, Yellow Springs. That's what you guys are talking about. Springfield. Let's see. But then we've heard you could keep going north of Springfield. Well, there's a bike path. So we're going to go through Urbana and then, oh yeah, all the way up to Bellefontaine. And then we're going to camp at Indian Lake. And Indian Lake's campground was all booked except for these, what they were calling walk-in campsites, which don't have electricity, which we'll just have to make sure we all bring our, your extra batteries. You need them for your phones and GoPros and all that. But they're like these spots that we're thinking there's something like this here. But yeah, I mean, this is a state park in the middle of nowhere. I mean, look at this. Look at where those are small cities around there, and everything is booked, So, yeah, and then we're going to work our way across this way and hit up with the Ohio to Erie back in, I think, near Mount Vernon somewhere, but Jason was asking what's the best width of tires for Ohio to Erie. You could ride it on almost anything. There is nothing too rough on Ohio to Erie. I would say Large Marge might chime in. I think south of Massillon, the Towpath. Oh no, you don't go down there on Ohio to Erie. You at Massillon, you shoot off towards the. What is the name of that trail? It'll come to me. But I've ridden Ohio to Erie every time on 32s and had no problem. I mean, I'm like everybody else. There are a lot of people in this group where we all think the wider the tire, the better. I mean, I'll probably end up riding it on my Raleigh this year on 42s, but I had no problem riding it on my vintage Trek on 32s. So 35s would be absolutely fine. But yeah, I rode it on a vintage road bike twice. It's all pretty good. It's all pretty good, easy riding. We camp in a place on the first night when we do it coming from here. We have the last 2 years that is some pretty gnarly gravel and a steep climb, but I still made it up there on 32s. So. Oh, Pudgy was talking about the trail I was talking about to get farther past Springfield. Yeah, Simon Kenton Trail. Oh, nice. Roger says their band is in his backyard. Yeah, Pudgy, originally one of our routes that we were looking at early on, and then we changed it, had us coming right through your town. We had played around with the route a lot. Because I think we were looking at coming. Oh yeah, we were thinking of maybe going up toward Urbana, then coming through Mechanicsburg and over to Columbus. There's a lot to play around with. And then the second thing we were going to do was go Bellefontaine through Marysville, Bellefontaine, however, Bellefontaine. But yeah. Oh, Buck Creek. I think we stayed at Buck Creek. Who brought up Buck Creek? Let me lose. Malk was saying you might check out Buck Creek Cabins in Springfield, better than Yellow Springs. Yeah, we're staying in neither. We're staying in Indian Springs, but the first night would be Cedar Creek. Yeah, we want a short day because we might leave the plan was to leave in the morning. Yeah, and last year we did stay in Buck Creek State Park. But this year the timing, so we went from, right? Yeah. Yeah, Buck Creek, Cedar Creek, Cincinnati. This year we're going Cincinnati, Cedar Creek, Indian Springs. Indian Lake? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Jumping in. Roger is saying I'm so far behind in the chat. Dalton Summit that's what it is. From Massillon, you cut off towards Dalton on the. Yeah, Roger says Indian Lake is cool. A lot of good bars and restaurants. Cool vibe. Oh, nice. We'll be able to grab some stuff. Lanky says he rides 18 millimeters, pumped up to 200 psi. Yeah, tubulars, right? See you, Nicholas. Probably missed you because I was way up there, but. Oh, Pudgy said the road coming into Mechanicsburg is sketchy, a big truck route. Good thing we didn't end up going that way then. We've been zooming in on Google Maps and trying to look at heat maps and try and figure out the best roads to cut across the state from Indian Lake over to where our next spot is. So, Malk was asking if we're riding rail trail. A lot of it will be rail trail. Some of it will be towpath, and then a lot of it's going to be country road this year with the route we're taking. So it'll be a mixed bag. Rick was asking what bike I'm taking. So I've taken my Trek 500 the other 2 years we've done it. But I think I'm going to do the Raleigh with the Zeitgeist bags. We'll see. Either will work. The problem with the Raleigh is too much, or the problem with the Trek 500 is putting all that weight on the back. The bike's not made for it, and the front end is a little sketchy. And the Raleigh's just more relaxed geometry. So, and it could handle, I could spread the load between the front and the back, and it's just such a slack geometry that I think it's going to be more comfortable. I love the look of my vintage Trek and I love touring on it, but I think the Raleigh is way more practical, wider tires for a softer ride for all those miles. So, oh, Mark, we're not doing Dayton on this trip. We're doing, we would be doing Xenia. So we'd be coming up Lebanon, Xenia, Springfield, Yellow Springs, Springfield, Bellefontaine. So that's like the way we'd be heading north. So yeah, we're not heading into Dayton this time. So Cedar Creek, unless you were talking to somebody else. Sippo Trail, you guys reminded me. So from, yeah, when you're doing Ohio to Erie and you get to Massillon, you shoot off towards the east on the Sippo Trail, which takes you to Dalton, Ohio. And then from Dalton is when you go through the really pretty, like, stuff in Amish country, which I love. So, Rick, we're not planning with Ride with GPS, or I haven't yet, but I think Large Marge was saying that we'll end up putting it on there for his computer, I believe. So, oh, and I did not get a sleeping pad yet. I do need to get a bike packing, backpacking style sleeping pad for the tour, but that's July 1st, so I do have some time. Yeah, and Pudgy will have met him. We'll have met up on June 13th, so I will. Yeah, the plan is to be able to put the sleeping pad on the fork with some cages I am buying off Pudgy. So, which reminds me, I had planned to have this done way earlier, but for the June 13th meetup, me and Large and I think Funny Brad are going to pre-ride it Sunday. So after Sunday, I should actually have the route to show you, have a rough idea of the elevation, the mileage, the time. I mean, I already have rough ideas of that, but have actual numbers to give everybody on Tuesday's stream. So, and I'll post all that in the Discord and on the website that I just posted in the chat. So yeah, there's a couple of things we want to double check. There's one road that when we get out to that old abandoned stadium, I hate riding, but I know there's a neighborhood route. We're going to try and figure that out. And then there's a really cool spot by the freeway that last time we tried to ride out there was not accessible. So yeah, so those are a couple things we're going to check out and finalize the route. Anyways, yeah, Mal, click the link I just dropped in there. So Lanky said, are people riding Saturday? Yeah, I know Dylan was planning on coming up, and he was talking about riding, well, I think East Rim. But yeah, well, I think as the date gets closer, we should use that Discord section to coordinate who wants to ride where. I'm down for riding Saturday. I've been trying to keep my schedule free for that day. Don't know if I want to try East Rim on a busy day because I'm not an experienced mountain biker and I only have a gravel bike. But yeah, anybody who wants to, let's all coordinate anybody who's around on Saturday and wants to get any kind of rides in. So even if it's a couple different rides, if some people want to hit up the mountain bike trails, if some people want to see some other stuff, we'll all figure it out. And then I know Pudgy and Dylan have also been talking about planning a Columbus meetup, maybe in July. But yeah. I do want to try East Rim. I'm a little nervous. Maybe yeah, Dylan will be on his gravel bike and he's never ridden it before. He's 1,000 times more skilled mountain biker than I am, but it still would, maybe we do that. Maybe we do it anyways. I've got to try it out. I've got to get out there. I've been nervous about what me and Large Marge do is he's off on Mondays, but even when we go to Hampton, we go early on Monday mornings and then we have the place to ourselves, which is kind of nice. But Hampton Hills is totally rideable on even not even like a highly capable gravel bike. On my Raleigh on 42s, almost all of Hampton is completely rideable. So yeah, we'll all be on Grav. So Grav bikes. So yeah. Oh yeah, Mark, awesome. Yeah, and it's gonna be like for the 13th. It's gonna be there will be some gnarly like train gravel. So you know, actually the terrain, not like climbing wise, will probably be more gnarly on the 13th than the actual terrain at like East Rim or Hampton or any of that stuff. So JMZ's on East Rim. Yeah, let's do it then. I mean, plus being around people, having some friends and yeah, I guess I just don't know even one of my hangups on weekend mountain biking is I don't even know what's the word I'm looking for? Etiquette. Etiquette's the word I'm looking for. Because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of places to pass people and get around. Or what do you pull over if you know people are coming behind? But I guess also Dylan is being someone who rides mountain bike trails, and Pudgy knows I think a little more. You guys could just let me know what we're supposed to do. So. Oh, Keith's saying there's a couple. I've heard there's rock gardens that, unless you're on like full suspension bikes, you just don't mess with. Dylan said he's ridden East Rim a couple times, and there are some large jumps, but you don't need to clear them. Patrick said he'll do some grab in solidarity. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. Like this could also kind of go with that, still virtual idea too. Like go out and ride that day, get like a similar mileage in. So, hey, what's up, traveling through? How you doing? Where you at? East Rim from the bike shop is probably, if you're riding, what would that be, like 15 miles, 20 miles? Like he's saying 20 miles. Large said 15 miles. Yeah, that's about what I would guess, 15, 20 miles ish. You could ride you could ride all bike path out there too if you want to. So Malk was asking if 700 by 42s would work on the 13th. I'm going to be riding 700 by 42s. It's still gnarly. But yeah, tubeless would be the best way to be for that, for sure. But I blew a tubeless tire on that route though once and threw a tube in it. Yeah, those Terravales you're putting on would be perfect. Yeah, that'd be a. Traveling through is in Durango. Broken paddle shifter going to be there for a few days. I had a friend who lived in Durango for a number of years, but I never visited her there. I actually met up with her and went camping in, what was that, Santa Fe National Forest. When she, oh yeah, that's when she lived in Durango, but where I flew into Albuquerque, and then she picked me up and we went camping, but I never made it up to her spot in Durango. But she loved it, said it was beautiful. Oh yeah, we could East Rim and Hampton that day would be great if anyone wants to ride some, because you can make a perfect loop out of that. I'd be totally into that. Broken paddle. I'm trying to think. Traveling through, were you running? Was that SRAM on that truck? Oh, Large Marge just looked it up. It's 16 miles to East Rim from the shop. Because, yeah, you're staying right there, JMZ, right? You're staying in the hotel right across from the shop, I believe. I mean, literally 500 feet. Rick, behave yourself. I'm not starting the SRAM versus Shimano argument. I already had that last Wednesday night. We were out when I made the video. We rode up to the ski hill. On the way back, we were all had a few of the beverages and got into the argument. So obviously, Shimano's better. Speaking of JMZ, I was looking at his bike photos. He was talking about getting the bottle cage pump, and I wanted to see what that. So is that integrated into the bottle cage? I was trying to figure that out before. Because that's great, and yeah, not. Cause one of my problems sometimes is the pump is the thing that when I'm just carrying small bags doesn't quite fit. Lanky. The bracket mounts under the cage to the two bolts. Oh, sweet. Nicholas had the little guys in the back there. Farley was on his way to Edgewater. I have not. I'm dying to get a ride up to Cleveland, and plus they opened up a new little trail section that goes out towards the west side. I want to check out, but I haven't done a Cleveland ride yet this year. I'd already done, I think, 2 last year at this time. Are these brick shots out at Valley Forge? Yeah, that tree is amazing. Pudgy said they've been around forever. Well, Must be in the era that I missed. Yeah, maybe I do. I guess I. God, I was given my pump so many years ago, but yeah, I don't know if Jesus is in here tonight, but his bike, this thing is something else. I know we've been chatting about it in the Discord. So he put some Paul components on it, which are awesome. He's got the clampers on the front with the disc brake, but then on the rear, he's got the canties, the two different rims. He's got the rim that I destroyed on the front, the basket, then what the those like Swift Paradise style racks on the back. Yeah, then the down tube shifting. Our friend AJ runs down tube shifting on his cross check. This bike is something else. It's super cool. Such an awesome just conglomeration. Is that the right word? Yeah, what is that fork? Is that an All City fork? I was wondering. I'm looking at these lugs and I totally recognize them. That's an All City fork he has on there, I'm guessing, right? JMZ said Jared Poland would not like how you cut the back of your rack off on that pick, Rick. Well, Jared Poland won't crop anything either, even though he shoots with a Canon R5 that's like, what, 45 megapixels? I should know because that's what I shoot with. He's anti-cropping. He won't crop anything. So, yeah, it is a big boy basket. That's a super... IHT fork? Looks like the LHT fork. Oh, long haul trucker. That's what. Okay, gotcha, guys. Yeah, yeah. It's just something else. I love this thing. I was watching him build it on when he was showing the components on Instagram. I was like, it's a badass bike. I think he has another photo of it in here. Wherever. Oh yeah, close up of the front. Oh, real close up. Yeah, super cool, super cool. James E thinks Jared lies about cropping. Yeah, I was the bike shop he works for too, because someone asked in the Discord how he pulled off getting all his parts. Um, but the bike, he sent me some stickers from his bike shop. Why does my mind go blank when I need it to tell me which one it is? Because they must be a fairly big or known bike shop, because I've actually Googled a couple things, perennial cycles, but and they come up. So, and then he also sent me, yeah, it was cool. He sent me some stickers from there, but oh, then I was also looking at Farley's photo with the skateboard rack on the back, which is super sweet. Man, well, I would have killed for that when I was in high school and early college, because we used to do the backpack thing, and it's before they made backpacks specifically for it. So it was your East Pack or whatever, with that grip tape tearing up the back of your shirt. So yeah, that's awesome. Oh, then there was Malk trying to mount the his Terravale ramparts. Yeah, those would work. I mean, the fact that they're so hard to get on is probably better. You know what I mean? Because they're probably more locked in. So, speaking of the meetup ride, but oh, and Rusty said he was actually just heading out for a ride with their time change and stuff. So he said he might pop in later, but yeah, spell check that. Oh, Dylan had some mountain biking earlier, it looks like. Is there a car out there? What is that? Why is there all that? Oh, a couple. Oh, that must be like on the way to the trail, out from the parking lot. Yeah. Nice. Hey, what's up, Blackball? Glad to have you back. Rick said he's been told Schwalbe marathons are the hardest to mount. Someone had posted in the Discord had just was riding those. Oh, I think Pixel Wolf rides Schwalbe marathons. I've had well, I think we all know this, but there's a tire rim combination that could be different. You know, there's tolerances on everything, but I think though I had some gravel kings that were the worst thing. The gravel kings that I have on my Roger Riviera, and they go on what are those rims? Those are the Vueltas, which are an inexpensive eBay company. Those things, man, were a nightmare, and I flatted on that bike like 3 times because I don't have them set up. Those aren't tubeless rims, even though the tires are tubeless readies, and they're 38s. Yeah, those 38 gravel kings. I like one day was like, I am gonna have to live where I'm sitting and trying to change this flat because they were the hardest I've ever. Those were the hardest ones I've ever had. Oh, Pudgy, you really like the ramparts? Hey, what's up? What's up, obsolescence? With an unpatchable obsolescence, just got back from. Speaking of flats, Pudgy said he thinks the ailerons are tough to mount to, anyways. Yeah, I don't think. Well, you'd have to ask Large Marge because I think he's mounted most of the tires I have on the Raleigh, but I don't think we had much trouble getting the Renee Ayers on there. So maybe Rick traveling through said maybe Rick has tiny hands. Yeah, I don't think we got it. I'm trying to remember if traveling through if your last video is that when my stream went bad, or did we get a chat about your last video? Excited to see what you have coming down the line too, because you're a long way past where your videos are now. So I'm assuming you have a ton of footage out there. I'm surprised obsolescence we don't run into each other more. There was the one night on the Y Bridge, but since we live in a similar, I mean, part of town, or we'd be heading the same direction a lot of ways. So Large is saying marathons really are not fun to mount. Yeah, I'm always amazed though. Like even road tires, sometimes I like grab a set. What am I? I made that little. Oh yeah, I put up that YouTube short today. They added a camera in the YouTube app for your phone where you could just like make a video by recording segment. It's just TikTok. It's TikTok and Instagram Reels, but now on YouTube. So that's what my video about the Truck 500 was. But when I was doing the tires, those what are those Panaracers? One of them went on like nothing. One was like really hard to get on. And then I'm trying to think of what another set of road tires I had that I thought I would never get on the rims on my Truck 1500, which are the wheels that are on to my Truck 500 now. I had one set of tires on that were a nightmare to get on. State bicycles, they seem kind of like they're just like a budget brand, right? They make like their own components. They have some at Dirty River. It's a large margin to have an opinion. Then I think Pathless Pedaled has reviewed a couple too. They seem like bang for the buck is huge, right? Oh, the new Bombora. Aaron sent me. Where's a picture of it? Where is it? Pull it up. Does that make it big? No. Lets me download it. Yeah, so the new Bombora. So Aaron, they added the NV carbon fork color match to the Bombora, which is pretty sweet. Speaking of bang for the buck, where's Brad? I think Brad does a Tuesday night ride. He only pops in on Thursdays. Yeah, I think this new Bombora, they changed the cable guides are brass. It's got the carbon fork, and then the seat clamp is different. But I'm wondering how much more it costs. Yeah, they said that's what they did. They took some of the cues from the Evasion. The seat post clamp is from the Evasion. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like the Evasion was the bike you would get if you wanted a carbon fork, right? Does the Bombora need one? It definitely. I gotta say, I like the look of Aaron's better with the steel fork. It's a better. But I like fork rake. I like me. I like vintage stuff, so I like the rake on the fork even as much as I would like the lightness of a carbon fork. But I really do. I'll be interested to see what the price difference is, right? And then also, is there a weight limit now? You guys might know this. I bet Pudgy and Dylan would, because Aaron is running the basket on hers, even though that has the mounts. Are you not supposed to run an actual basket that you'd be putting weight in, or the low riders with that carbon fork? Because then it's probably not worth it for this kind of bike. I just feel like they already had a bike in this space, so. Yeah, it's not right for that bike, but it's cool still, so. Summit's on timeout on new bikes for sure. Yeah, you've been posting a lot of bikes. Patrick was saying the local bike shop said there were quality control issues on the states. So. Yeah, see, like Dylan was saying, he doesn't know about the crust with the carbon fork seems to clash. I guess since I've always seen the Evasion light with one, and it's like that light blue color, it just kind of seems to go. But yeah, with the Bombora, there's something weird about it with the Bombora, right? Yeah, you look at that classic look right there. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, it just looks a little off. JMZ said the classic. He said after he got his new bike, his wife asked if he was getting rid of the old one. Yeah, she doesn't know about N+1, that's for sure. So Dylan was saying Envy has about some of the strongest fork mounts for carbon fork space. Yeah. Not my expertise, obviously, since I do not own any bikes with, well, I guess my Trek 1500 has a carbon wrapped fork, but that's not a bike you would ever mount anything on the fork anyways. So I'm always have to go with what people let me know about, like the carbon fork thing. Oh, we should do the break real quick. It's almost 10 o'clock, isn't it? No, it's 10 o'clock right now. Yeah, let's jump into the members break. Smoke them if you got them. I haven't changed that stupid text yet, but I did get the new members' names up on the screen. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Hey, we are going to take a quick break right now. Grab yourself a drink, hit the restroom, smoke them if you got them. But first off, we do want to thank the members. On a small YouTube channel like this, the channel members really make a difference. They make it so we could do this with the frequency I like to do it and the quality I like to bring to the videos. It helps out a lot. So I appreciate the members. We have a few different levels, and you can check out that link in the chat right now or in the description of this video. Also, I know everybody has all kinds of little ways they get nickel and dime these days with subscriptions. So if you can't help financially, that's no problem. Go ahead and hit the like button right now. Let's bump this channel up in the algorithm a little bit. So we'll be back shortly. And one more time, thank you, channel members whose name you see on screen right now. I want a tuna boat. Oh, give me tuna boat. I'm back. So Pudgy was saying everyone complained the Evasion Light had a straight steer and no rack mounts. The Bombora is the mount bike, so this is the result of the masses. Okay. I could see that, and I bet they're going to sell it in both varieties. I'm thinking, well, I guess the Bomboras they got last time sold out instantly, and they said this is a new shipment, so maybe not. To me, if they sold it in both varieties, that would be a cool thing. If not, maybe they should have repainted it and given it a different model name, right? Place it between the Bombora and the Evasion. Right. Who knows? I don't know bike companies. And then Patrick was saying maybe it's comp- competition for the Richie Outback. So that makes sense. Oh, Rusty made it back. Rusty got back from his ride. Rick, the members' videos and the piddle break videos are supposed to be fun. I think we're all having fun. Yeah. Oh, only one screen had the Keith Pierce. I I need to redo that video. Will get redone entirely again because the way I add those transitions means that I have to add your name to each time, and or everybody's new name to each segment before I realized I needed to nest them all. So yeah, stupid mistake on my end that made it not a very up, updatable video, easily updatable video. So oh, Rusty, you're sitting at a bar right now watching this. Yeah. Oh, Blackball was asking who the song is in the break. You have to look at the description of the video, which I have no way to look at right now of the live stream. But the link is in there. The link is in the description to who that is. I found him on the Free Music Archive. So, yeah. Yeah, it was fun when we were in Toledo, when me and Aaron Toledo, like at the brewery, when we saw the patio was full and we had ridden our bikes there, we're like, we could sit inside now. We're both fully vaxxed. So, yeah. But everywhere we went, the breweries and stuff in Toledo, everything was crowded. So, oh, Patrick's name for the Bombora, the Bombasian. Yeah, the carbon fork. Oh, Hail Keith Broadford. One busted tube and two bloody knuckles, and the Terravales are mounted. I hate when I burst a tube mounting tires, but I've done it too many times. Dylan was saying the Outback has wacky geometry. He said he told his wife he's Italian. Oh, trying to compare the geometry of the Macho Man to the Richie. Oh, that's right. The band is called Toolard. That's right. Yeah. What's that website that? Isn't there a website that Pathless Pedal pulls up where you could put in two bikes and it shows the geometry charts? Malk was saying the Bombora is a grail bike. Yeah, Erin, when she got hers, like spent 2 months like stalking the website, like to like the second they released those bikes, she was on it. She was like refreshing the page like while working a number of times. Rick was saying he picked up the iPhone 12 Pro Max, hoping the stabilization is good enough. Um, I have the 12 Pro, and the stabilization is not good enough for videos. Um, I don't think, but the Max has actual mechanical stabilization. The reviews I've seen by like MKBHD say it's not that much better. So Oh, bikeinsights.com. Not that I could read these charts, but I could at least pull it up so we could all look at it. Insights. Compare bikes. So, Macho Man. Oh, what size? What size should we compare? Oh, Tubeless is worth it. I will say I rode my Truck 500 today for the first time in a few weeks, and I literally I never used to when I only rode my vintage bikes, but when I'm hitting holes now, I'm worried about flatting and pinch flats. When I ride on my Raleigh on Tubeless, I never worry about that. I never worry about jumping off a curb. I never worry about going over potholes. I mean, not that I'm trying to beat the hell out of my bike, but yeah, I think Tubeless, go Tubeless. Go Tubeless. Oh yeah, what size bike should we look up for the Bike Insights for the Macho Man versus the Richie Outback? Yeah, Maul, go Tubeless. It's totally worth it. Don't listen to Rick. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Totes my goats, Tubeless. 46. Did I spell Richie wrong? It's not pulling anything up here. Let's try to read in the chat. Oh, I did spell it totally wrong. Oh, yeah, those are significantly different geometries. Go tube steak. Rick said the first ride when he switched back to tubes, he got laid. So there's that. Oh man. But there's also they're showing the Macho Man in 650 versus 700. Can we switch that so both are? I'm assuming. Do they have a 650 setup? Oh, the Richie doesn't have a 650 setup. Let's see if this one. So Obsolescence says this is a new take on bike fit, mostly for bikes that jump, but something to think about for gravel bikes. They mentioned new bike sizing is messed up too big. I Man, I don't know. I run my road bike smaller because you want that, you know, more aero position. But for gravel bikes, I like them big. I mean, my Raleigh is a big bike and it's really comfortable that way. Uh, JMZ says when running tubeless versus tube at the same pressure, think there's a ride field difference. At the same pressure, I don't think there'd be too much of a difference. Jan, I questioned on. So tubes have less rolling resistance, and from what I actually asked them on Bicycle Quarterly, Jan Hein, on their Instagram post, I said, well, when centrifugal force put the sealant to the outside of the tire, and he said, no, the tire, when it deforms at the bottom, it sloshes. So tubes are actually, it's probably not noticeable in the real, I've never done it where I've compared it. I guess, well, I did. I got a flat on the tubeless and I put a tube in. I couldn't tell the difference, and I probably put about the same pressure back into it. But tubeless is slower than tubed because the sealant sloshes when the tire deforms at the bottom. But I'm thinking this is like not a measurable thing that would affect the way any of us ride. So ride feel, like I'm saying, we were out on the industrial gravel, what we're going to ride on June 13th. The only difference was I probably did put a little more pressure into it when I put the tube in. So at the same pressure, I doubt it would feel any difference. Why would it? You know? Let's see what Dylan says. If you are running latex tubes, there's not a difference, but they are normal rubber tubes. There is for the discerning rider that can tell the different casing thickness. And you're saying there's a weight savings with tubeless, and I guess that would depend on how much sealant you're putting in there, right? Pudgy, what about sheepskin? Latex tubes feel real good. Yeah, I actually have a couple of latex tubes downstairs that are for narrow tires, and I keep meaning to put them on one of my like lightweight vintage bikes. Probably my Otis gave them to me because he was like, I'm not going to put these on anyone else's bike. But plus latex tubes, what you have to, well, they're like tubeless. You have to pump them up more. They actually air actually escapes latex tubes, but. I don't even know how to manage this chat anymore. That's exactly what I have, Dylan. I have the pink Vittoria ones sitting downstairs, and I keep planning to put them into one of the bikes that I have, but I haven't done it yet. Obsolescence said check the rad measurement. You could still have a long trail and arrow drops. Yeah. Rusty was saying Schwabe makes some clear tubes that are allegedly ultra lightweight. I, you know, again, so we're like, when we're on this topic, you know, I could see it to some degree, but also I usually have like a bag with my tools and beers and whatever else I may be hauling today. I was out on a photo shoot, my camera's on my back. I had product in my bags on the rallies. You know, am I noticing how different the tubes or tubeless or how much sealant I have in the tires feels? I don't know. So Farley asked if latex tubes hold gasoline better than Glad bags. Oh, yeah, Lanky, you should put those. I should give you those tubes. You could put them on your Italian build. That would be perfect. Oh, grand subject. What's up, man? He said, don't buy those slime tubes. Too much weight slowed the bike down. Way down. Wow. Fudgy. Yeah, so Dylan said, yeah, puncture easier, lose air, but the ride is amazing. Yeah. Too much tube talk for JD&D. And Rick's right, and that was interesting when we were watching me and Aaron and Large Marge. I think we're watching the Ted King with Jan Hine and Leo Wilcox, and they were talking about that. Even with like Jan loves like this super lightweight, super thin casing tires are his favorite. But they were talking about if you stop to fix a flat, that's a way slower tire. So, and that's a reasonable thing. I mean, especially if you're, doing rodineering racing or whatever. But so, the feed dropped. Oh, it did. Yeah. Oh, it looks like it's back. Nope. I think it's back. Let me know if it stops again. But so annoying. It says like it's showing me that there's no problem with the stream. Oh, now it's gone. Are you guys seeing me? Because I'm not seeing me. Like on YouTube, I could see me on my software, but on YouTube, it stopped showing me anything. Huh. Yeah, it's not showing. Oh, weird. Yeah, my YouTube window is showing me no stream at all. I should have it up on my phone so I know. Oh. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Huh. Weird. Yeah, I can't see it on my YouTube studio thing that shows what YouTube is doing. It's not there at all. So cool. Hey, what's up, Mike? Quit looking in the mirror, Vlad. So now I've lost all. Yeah, I wasn't paying. It was dropping. I saw it. It started to show like the delayed, but now I have like a playback error where it shows YouTube. Yeah. Pudgy wants me to check my phone. Huh. Oh, it's showing my streams down again. Is that something over here? What the hell is going on? And the viewership is dropping like crazy too. Really weird. Yeah, it did die. Okay. I really think these last couple weeks it's on YouTube. I don't think it's on my, because I run a speed check and I could see that it's there, and I'm getting. Huh, and then Malk hasn't had a single glitch. Who knows? Frustrating. Super frustrating, especially when it's different for anyone, because how do you. I can't narrow down that problem. That's on YouTube. It's not on me, right? So. Yeah, it's. I can't get the feed. I mean, I could literally show you. Now it's showing advertisements again, like you guys were saying. Let's see. Let's see what it shows. Yeah, nothing here over here. And Patrick hasn't any problem either. Rick said he's getting Dick Van Dyke reruns. Yeah. All right, Pudgy. For the few people who are maintaining. Let's see. So there's this new computer mount that Pudgy is really into. Yeah, that is weird. Like people. Wow, Large Marge blocked someone before I ever even saw them. That's impressive. Yeah, it seems like people who are farther away are having no problem with the stream. the, the the stream. Rick, do you mean that like, oh my god, that's sick, or like, Oh my god, that's sick. All right, let's get this out of here. That is an unfortunate design. Way too dick centric. Phallic is the, I think phallic is the word you were looking for there, Rick. Bars deep. Let's see, I still can't see. The stream still isn't coming through in Akron, Ohio. Weird. Oh, Blackball just dropped a photo on the Miata. Go to full size. Oh, he's got the marathons on there. That's pretty rad. Oh, William threw one up too. Yeah, Mike J is causing all our problems apparently. Yeah. See ya, Dylan. Thanks for hanging in there. So weird that Ohio has some like weird BS. Summit's out. Good night, Summit. Oh, so saying Pudgy's saying that that was just an unfortunate angle and their marketing doesn't show it anything like that. I don't know, man. It's still a little weird even from that angle. Can I click on it? Come on, take me there. Oh, is it going bad again? It's a, it's kind of from any angle. It's a bit dong-like, you know, except the top, you know. Oh, it's blurry, huh? Weird. Well, it's only 10:30, but what do you say we call it? I can't stand the fact that it's not working out for. Yeah, Rick, there's no problem transmitting from my end. Like, there's absolutely, like, my stream, like, the health is all fine. It's all on YouTube's end. It's all what they're sending back out. It's not coming from my computer, my connection. It's, it doesn't even seem like it's the data YouTube is getting tonight. So on Tuesday, it was explaining that YouTube wasn't getting enough data. It's not even saying that. It says like it's getting excellent connection right now. It tells me all these metrics. Oh, Malk. By the way, I was talking. I actually was making a members video today. So before I sign off, I'm going to. Oh, I'll sign up, but I'll bring this up. I had other things to go through. We'll just try to do it again on Thursday. But I think I'm going to do another sticker run, and they will be industrial gravel stickers. I'm gonna let the members vote on a couple of the designs because I have 3 for industrial gravel. I have them on demand, but that's not a really good way to buy stickers. I've bought them. I know Large has bought a couple of them, but it's expensive, and if you buy more, it's still just tax on the shipping. So, yeah, I do want to do a run of those stickers. All the members will get one for free, like always, with the swag stuff, and then we'll be able to give everybody the rest of them or sell them for a nominal fee. But yeah, the on-demand stuff is kind of the super easy way to be able to do stuff. Doing an actual run of things makes it so I can give some to the members and then sell them for $2 or $3. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the outro. Like, the numbers are just crashing. It's not working. So it sucks, but that's how it goes.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not okay.
Fitzwater photo.
Pour